Okay, hello there. I'm Dennis. What you're looking at right now is MX Linux, but it's not MX Linux by itself, or as you know, MX Linux is MX KDE Linux. They didn't change their branding right here. Still MX Linux, but it's MX Linux KDE version. And I've installed OBS Studio, and I hope I got the settings up right. We'll go ahead and single click. I'm going to have to take all that single click stuff out of there. Okay, it's correctly selected, and I got a US keyboard. That's all right. I'm going to say next. I'm interested to see how much difference there is, if any. Okay, so it didn't open up gparted. It opens up KDE Partition Manager, which is fine. There's my disk. That's my disk. There's nothing on that disk. It's not supposed to be. Okay, let me just delete it all. We'll just start it all over. Looks like it was created for EXT, or not EXT, UEFI. Maybe I had, let's see, is there an apply button? Apply. Maybe I had installed something on it and just didn't realize it. I didn't check it a while ago. I just stuck it in the bay. Let's see what we got there now. Unallocated. Let's delete that. Nope. Delete that. Yep. Now, let's apply that. See if we can get. I'm not real. I have used KDE Partition Manager, but I'm not so familiar with it. Let's see if we can get a partition table, a new partition table. Did I not click on it? New partition table. This is going to be MS-DOS because we're in legacy boot. All right. Plus, it's only 290. $298 gigs. All right, so we are in legacy mode. So the first thing I'm going to get me here is some swap. Let's see. Let's swap. And the size will be, let's see, 8192. So that should be 8 gigs. Free space after. I wonder what advanced does. Let's see. I'm good. Okay. That's our swap. We got 8 gigs. All right. That's done. Now, let's see. Let's create 1024/100 gig. See what advanced does here. Same thing. Okay. No, I didn't see if there was any flags or not. Edit mount point. Swap. Not on swap. Okay. Let me go ahead on here. New. All that's good. I didn't label any of them, so I'm all right. Okay. Now let's click apply. Warning, it's going to get rid of all the information on there, and nothing you can do about it. Irrevocable. Irrevocable. This is not the default wallpaper either. I went ahead and changed it. Something a little more flamboyant and interesting. I mean, after all, it is MX Linux. I can't really wait to see it. This is still the release candidate, so they hadn't finished it yet. Okay, we're good. And I think that should be all we need. We got a swap, a root, and a home partition. I'm going to say okay and close it. As soon as it picks up what I just created there, it'll give us the next button. All right, so root, that was SDA2. home was SDA3. Swap, there was SDA1. And root partition will be, or the boot partition will be root for right now. We'll change that on the next menu, I think. Okay, I'm set up SDA2, SDA3, SDA1. Next. Yes. Okay, it's correctly selected that I was in legacy mode with no EFI partitions, and it selected master boot record. It also selected SDA to install the grub on, and I'm going to click next. And for a domain or computer name, I'm going to say capital DH. And click next. I'm going to change the New York to Chicago. So far, it's identical to the XFCE installer. Here you could, if you had a low spec laptop and you wanted to decrease the load on it when you was booting up, or after you'd booted up, both during and after, you would uncheck some of those, like the printer, the Bluetooth, the scanner, perhaps. All right, so Chicago is correct. I'm going to say next. Get my username here, so let's just go Dennis. Going to ask me for a password 4 times. Okay. Now, I'm not going to auto log in, and I have made a couple changes. The menu was down here to start with, so the only changes I've made really was I installed OBS Studio, and I'm hoping it'll save it, and I'm going to say OK, next. MX on XFCE saved it. All right, now it's copying our new system. Today is Friday, August the 21st. 4:39 is not right. That's set for a different time zone. Mine is 3:39. That must be still New York. New York City. Okay, so let's start with what I can see here. Start menu. The start menu definitely needs customizing. For me it does, but it looks pretty nice. All right, we'll come back to that. Uh-oh, I just did something. Let me cancel off of that quickly. Hope that didn't interfere with anything. Still copying the new system. So we got our taskbar at the bottom. We got desktop selector. That's pretty nice. So the same on MX. We got a settings here. Now this is different, so that you can go straight to the settings. It's already got a quick launch there. And this looks more like KDE settings. It is. We got workspace theme. We can get new ones. That's one thing about KDE. They got that button right there where you can get new themes or fonts or icons or cursors. We're on default as breeze. Let's see what that's dark. That's breeze light. Not much difference. What was we on there? Breeze. Let's just leave it there for now. Fonts. Oh, I forgot. I forget every time in KDE you have to save your changes as you go. We won't let you go until you do. So you can get all kind of themes, application style. Yeah, this is all typical KDE settings. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this because there's nothing I'm really going to change for now. Now when I come into it, I will turn this stuff off, turn the printer stuff off unless I need it. Installing Grub. Ah, it's nice. Let's see, we just looked at the settings. Does MX Tools, the settings? What is? How do I get to control panel or settings panel? There you go, system settings. Nope, not showing me what I want because I wanted to see if MX was in here, the tweaks tool. Okay, it's ready to reboot. I'm going to turn that off though. Continue to look around for just a second, and I'm going to have to shut OBS down, and I'll be back when I boot to the new install. Okay, so I'm booted into my new system. Look, and I do have the installation video. Turn that volume off. Well, stay off. There you go. I do have the installation video. And was able to save that. That was pretty nice. And we're booted into our fresh KDE system. It looks the same. It kept my background. Matter of fact, I did not change that. I did go in. I was looking for that double click or single click. I had to turn that off because I couldn't open or touch anything without it opening it up. And I just out of a double click. 2 clicks for the win. Anyway, here we are. OBS is recording. And we got our taskbar. We've seen a little bit. We had the system settings right there quickly available to you, the KDE settings. The desktop, that's Dolphin for file manager, which took a little bit. It is a good file manager. It's just not what I'm used to, but I can get used to a lot of things. Then the internet, and then we got the taskbar open. Over here, let's start here. We got that little thing, 4-corner window thing. I think that's what that is as well. I might have to click on it to get rid of it. No, that's to adjust the taskbar. Let's see. Raise it up a little bit. Make it bigger. Hopefully you can see it better. That's good for now. Got our clock. Got a little icon. I don't know what you call that icon that shows you where your status and your notifications. See, OBS is running. Bluetooth is running. I need to go in and turn all that stuff off. All this is running right now. And if you was on a low-spec machine, you'd want to turn that off yourself. I want to turn it off because I just don't like things running that I don't know what they are. This looks like clip it, and I probably won't be able to turn that off except maybe in the session and auto start. Let's see. Oh, not seeing it. Seemed like I looked in here before and couldn't find it. I had to turn it off in the panel. Networks, we're online. Here's our update. The updater is just like exactly like MX Linux on XFCE. I wobble in this. I like that. That's new and different. There are some differences here. I don't recall seeing this one in the MX. I'll have to look. Start MX updater at login, auto start. I guess that's okay. The first thing I usually like to do is go ahead and get my codecs. It's going to want my root password. It's going to want me to say okay and tell me that I'm being a bad boy if I live in the wrong spot. But it's okay if I live in the right spot. Alright, they're done. That was quick. Then we got a whole list of popular apps. And that's what I normally do now. But by the way, it had like, I don't know, 100 and some odd updates when I first turned on. And while I was looking for that video and opening up OBS, getting that corrected and set, I let it do the updates. And so those were done, and I have not restarted. So you probably should restart, especially after your first installation. So that's probably what I'm going to do right here. Is I'm going to close this out. Okay, we're back. Booted up. It restarted pretty quick. And as usual, as I requested, I had this little tick box on so it would show this again. I did install the codec, so the next thing would be to do the popular apps. And it's going to ask me for my root password. And you get this. This is the same popular app that is available in regular MX Linux on XFCE. So I guess we need to start calling this let's see, KDEMS, no. KDE, no. MX Plasma. That sounds better. So let's go through the menu. I hadn't changed any of this, and I won't bother going through this installation. I'll tell you what, let's install so you'll know how to do it. We're going to get Audacious and Audacity. Both have to do with audio. We're going to say install. And it should ask me to confirm. I'm thinking. It's thinking too, apparently. I386 contents dip package, reading package list. Here's where you can look at the details, see what it's going to bring in, the dependencies. Okay, we're going to say okay. Yeah, that was all we needed to do. The enter wasn't even necessary. Let's go back to the menu. Let's see. Yes, this menu's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty nice. It really is. Got your on-off button on the left side there. I'm hoping you can see that. Quick System Info. That comes out of MX Linux, the Quick System Info. MX Linux, XFCE, MXFCE or M Plasma. There we go. Got case sysguard for a monitor. It should have just opened up. Gonna make me double click it? Or is it not just gonna open? You're supposed to be able to click on one of those. There we go. Where did it go here then? Probably got it open 5 times. Wobble! Little glitch there. System load. Case sysguard is actually pretty accurate. It seemed to be. Process finished, so that was quick and painless. Here is where you would select whether you want to install stuff from the stable repos, MX test repos, the Debian backports, as well as some flat packs and console outputs. So it's a little bit more than just popular apps. You can get some more of the stuff that's not listed in here is still available. All right. As well as some kernels there you can get. You don't have to use the kernel they select to use here. You can change it. Let's see. I can give it 8 gigs of swap. It's using less than a gig of memory right now with OBS running. CPUs are dancing up around 20%. Let me close out of that. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and close this out because you just saw install popular apps. That's about all that's in here. You got as much as you want to find out about the MX, whether it's MX Plasma or MX XFCE, you can find it. The frequently asked questions right here, the facts, the user's manual right here, the wiki, you can go straight to that. There's some more updates available. All right, let me close out of this. All right, so you can go to the notification area, go here, and we should see updates. And you click on that. I think that's how that works. Nope, apparently not. Little square box. And here we could click upgrade and it would do it automatically for you. But you see, it didn't say it was mandatory. It just says you have them. And you can actually turn that off. I'm going to just cancel out of this. Control-Alt-T does not get me a terminal. And I think it's console. Yeah, there we go. So here's the second way you can update. You don't have to do it through automatic updates or whatever. You can do it through the terminal if you so choose. Make that a little bigger. Small. Sudo apt update. Oops, gotta spell it right. Update. And then and then sudo apt upgrade. Did I spell it right? Alright, and enter. Give it your good, long, strong password. on the way. All right, it's telling us we got 97 megs worth of archives, updates. After the operation, 970 kilobytes of additional disk space will be used. Kilobytes. Can't really complain about taking up kilobytes. Let me get that off the screen here so you can look at the beautiful desktop. Here we got the screen changer, screen changer. This is a little peculiar to me. I don't know. Let's see. These are little bars, but they seem to be. Oh, I know. I bet this is the graph for the CPU. And this is the graph for the RAM, maybe, and then the swap. Is that what's happening? I just left-clicked on that. Far right one, and System Monitor come up. Click on that one. System Monitor, not System Monitor. Case this card comes up. Click on the third one. So they're not separate. They are in all one. Right-click on it. Configure System Load Viewer. Panel options. That would be normal. Configure System Load Viewer. So here you can add to it. Cache Monitor. We'll have to say apply. They made the fourth one. Monitor type, circular, compact, colors even. Wow. Huh. Plasma just has a ton of things you can edit to make stuff the way you want it. I'm going to turn that back off. I really don't even want to see none of this because I got a case this card if I'm ready for it. And they've got a copy up here showing us the same thing. So I don't know. I wonder, do you just uncheck them all? Won't let me do that one. Let's see, apply. Yep, there you go. Keyboard shortcuts, okay. Alright, so that's gone. That was interesting. Like I said, you got the conkeys up here. We were in the menu. I wonder, is it under MX Tools? The Conky, MX Conky. It's been saved and updated for us. Alright. And right now, we're using the Conky Manager. That's this one. This is a little bit different viewing. Let's see, is that settings? Yeah, here's where you turn it off. No. Generate preview, high quality images. That's not what I want. Huh. In MX or XFCE, there was 2 cogs. Widgets, themes. And there was a way to actually turn it off from starting up right here. I'm not seeing that. I wonder if I just uncheck it. That'd work. I don't see how to turn it on or off here. But I'm sure you could see what the updater's doing. All right, so this little box went wireframe again, hollow looking, and I knew that the update was over with. So, man, that's huge. I'm going to just close that out. So we see what the menu looks like. Games, it comes with some stuff. Graphics. It actually comes with a little more than XFCE does. Firefox, you get KTorrent, Thunderbird, multimedia. Let's see, we just got Audacious and Audacity. Let's see if it works real quick. MX Tools, we just went through all of that. That's awesome right here, these tools. Amazing how much you can change in there. Office, we got the full LibreOffice. Under settings, that looks like a typical KDE settings panel with the addition of the MX Tools and MX Tweak. And I don't want to see the little greeter no more. Let's see. Will it just record right off the bat? Hello, are you recording? Oh, that might have been a mistake. Close out of that. I'm recording with OBS. I hope I'm still am. Shouldn't have done that. Audacity. Utilities. Sweeper. So you get a pretty good array of software. Now, some might call this bloat, but KDE, this looks normal. And KDE, if I was going to get away from XFCE, KDE would probably be my second. Or OpenBox, possibly. Because it's interesting. Let's see if I right-click on the button here. Let's see. Panel options, don't want that. Edit applications, don't want that. Configure application menu, don't want that. Alternatives. Let's see what we got here. Application menu, that's what we got. Launcher, dashboard. Let's cancel that out. Let's see. Configure application menu. Let's see what that does. Flatten the menu to a single level. Sort alphabetically. I thought they don't do that anyway. Icon, you can change it. Let's see if you can do the name. Where do you name it at? Let's see. Behavior, show application. I was thinking the shortcut or the button. Recent contacts, expand. I don't want to see my documents. Expand, search, bookmarks. That's what I'm saying. There is just so many. I always forget to apply that before I go to the next window. So, I mean, there's a ton of room for exploration in here. If you're a KDE friend, I almost said KDE freak. If you're a KDE fan, there's no reason why you shouldn't like this, because it has the addition of the MX tweaks and tools. That gives it a 1 up, or 2, a 10 up on any other operating systems, desktop environments. Just for the fact that it has, right here, where did it go? Cut. I know what, there it is, right there. Just this single tool right here alone gives you a 1 up on any other distribution out there. This thing right here is just packed full of stuff. And, you know, I thought about this. I'd be willing to bet you could get, I'm going to say, now I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably 90% of this stuff, like boot repair, the snapshots, the USB maker, the Conky, date and time. I'm going to say 90% of this stuff you could individually, on another distribution, individually install each one of these programs. Now, sure, they would be called something different. Live USB would probably be something like, what is it, a Mint Stick, or, you know, another name, but do the same thing. Snapshot would be like Time Shot, or, yeah, Time Shot, I think. The cleaner thing, where did it go? Right here, cleanup. That's probably a lot like bleach bits. So, I mean, you could do a lot of these things individually, but they're all right here. This is freaking awesome. I mean, you just got total safety in just this panel right here. You can create a snapshot of your system after you get it set up, after you've got it all the work done on setting it up exactly the way you want it. You can set up a snapshot, create an ISO, burn that ISO onto the USB using their live USB maker here, and use that as a system restore or backup, installer, whatever. How freaking nice is that? I just can't say enough words about how nice of a thing that is. I don't know what to make of the system settings being on the button or bar, or sit on the taskbar like that as a quick launch, I guess you call it. And this is Dolphin. So, I mean, like I said, if you're a KDE guy, this right here is right up your alley, and you've got a one-up on everybody else that likes KDE as well. You know, KDE guy coming here, he knows where all these settings. It took me, well, 20 minutes to figure out how to stop that single-click stuff. I found it in one spot, but I wanted it everywhere, like one of these. I didn't want to have to just touch it, and all of a sudden it opens. I want to double-click it, like that. That's what I'm used to. Nothing against a single click. It's just what I'm used to. That's all. I think that should do it for this quick walkthrough. It looks to me like a very typical KDE Plasma system. And we'll see. We didn't open up Synaptic, did we? I always do that. I always think, well, it's over with, and then I think that's the MX, not Synaptic. What are they? Surely they got. Let's see, that would be under System. Oh, I saw, Mulan Package Manager. Mulan. And that's how I got OBS, by the way, was when in the live environment, I opened it up. It wouldn't do anything to start with until I told it to check for updates, and it basically resynced and updated with there. And then I typed in OBS. Bingo, there it was. So this is another thing that's really, really easy to use. Let's see, no Max. That happens to be I'm going to right click on it and say mark for installation. It's telling me it has to have those dependencies. And I'm going to say OK, apply the changes. And again, that's just how easy it is. It reminds me a lot of the Synaptic Package Manager. That's it. So now we got no Max. That should be over here in the graphics. Graphics. Right there. No Max. Yep, English, please. That's worth a look. Just take a look at their wobbly windows. And they got the same tweaks in there that you'll find in regular KDE Plasma, and they all work. They seem to. All right, then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.